Hello, 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 and welcome back to the stream. Just realizing that I can actually sit down for this whole process tonight, so I may as well. We're going to be working on getting tote bag handles cut, and I was going to actually move us out into the sewing studio, and then I realized, I'm like, wait, I'm not ready for that yet. We got to get the handles cut before we go into the studio. So here we are. 10:15. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to work, but I'll work as long as I can, and then, you know what? It'll all be fine. Okay. Actually, I'm going to see if that's something that I can take some ideas from here. Doom. Here we are. Alrighty. Just get the link posted to Instagram, and then we will get going. I was getting stuck in a loop of watching 9/11 videos, and I'm like, nope, we need to get out of there before I get too depressed. All right. Done. Ready to go. Alrighty. So we've already split everything up into the piles of like what colors I want to go with each bag. First thing that we're going to start with is I am actually just going to do these couple that are like, I typically end up, or typically try to work it that I cut the ones that have fewer straps to cut first. I don't know. It just makes my brain happy because it gives me those like accomplishment points, I guess. So that's what we're going to start with today. And I just realized that I've got this basically set up backwards. Okay, so this should technically be coming from this side, I guess, but that's a little bit difficult since I'm right-handed. So what we're going to do instead then is we're going to shuffle this way and make that an easy number for me to add. And hopefully stretch over to, because obviously there's a ton of stuff on my desk that realistically doesn't need to be here, but the actual mark that I need is like tucked down there. Okay, there we go. It would be nice if it's like one of those situations where you don't really want the like plug to be longer, or the power cable to be longer, but you actually kind of really do. It's like, no, I need just like 6 more inches. 6 more inches would be amazing. Oh well. Small prices to pay for convenience, because now we don't have to go in and do things to these, like take a lighter or anything to these afterwards. It also seals off the end of the cut roll so that we don't have to have it like unraveling on the shelf, which I've definitely experienced personally. You know, all good. Flynn is behind the table, or no, he's under the table. Quality control inspecting, so just so you know, it's going to all be up to his very exacting standards. should grab a piece of like sacrifice fabric as well, just so we can clean this off in between colors. Thinking about it, I guess it's really not that big a deal, because realistically it's like you're not going to ever see this, but meh. Keeps the actual knife edge from getting gummed up as well. And it's not like I don't have a lot of scrap fabric just like lying around. Knife's like over here like smoking hot. Okay, get you cleaned off here. So there's the yellow straps. All right, so 2 down. However many to go, who knows? I have not counted since I added in the ones that we added in today. That's okay. Okay, so I know these are all going to be black. So that black will be the one that we do last, because it's definitely got the most to cut. Let's do brown next, because it's got 1, 2, 3, 4 to do, right? I feel like there's more, but I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's like I should get Dallas to put these behind the desk, but I just realized that would actually be more of a pain in the butt, because the desk isn't deep enough for the length of cuts that I need. So I don't know if that would actually work or not. Okay, so 1. Also, I really wanted the deep desk when I first made this like cutting table. That's why actually this is a piece of countertop, which is awesome. It's acacia. It was on like Black Friday sale, so even better. But now if I had to go back and redo it, I would probably go with the thinner tabletop. Just because A, it would take up less room, and B, it would be a little bit easier to like just navigate around. Although realistically, this is not that bad. It would be nice to be able, for me to be able to reach the other side of my cutting table. But now that we've got the frame and everything cut for it and stuff like that, I don't really want to mess with anything. I guess we could always like trim it down, and because it is wood, but it's not that big a deal. Have other priorities than changing the cutting table again. That piece of webbing is like, I'm out of here. See you later. Okay, so that was 2. This is 3. One more set. So we got like about an hour into Little Mermaid, and then my eldest was like, I'm tired. Well, okay, we got like not even half an hour. We got just past the introduction song. The like underwater symphony, and they're like, I'm tired, and I'm like, well, it's not that late, so let's like watch a little bit more of the movie. Maybe we'll try and finish, because realistically the movie would have only been like till 7:30 or something like that. So like that's normal bedtime. They're already in the PJs. We had done snack because I got them ice cream when we got home. Blah, 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 blah. And, well, I guess dessert, whatever. And, yeah. So about half an hour to 45 minutes in, the eldest is like, I'm really tired. So we stopped the movie, went to go to bed because the youngest also said that they were tired. And then it took them like an hour to fall asleep. I'm like, guys, I thought you said you were tired. This is not that tired if you're not falling asleep very quick. All right. 3 teal. Obviously, I'm tired, but anyway. So I think tomorrow, I think it's supposed to be decently nice tomorrow. I don't actually know. I was like, we're going to walk to the river and throw rocks on the river. But I'm like, wait, what is the weather supposed to be like? Oh, no. We have a late season infestation of fruit flies coming in. Damn it. Whew. So it's 7 degrees right now, but the wind chill is making it feel like 3 degrees. Ugh. Okay, so it's supposed to be nice tomorrow, actually sunny all day, and the high of 15. That's not bad. Just after 12, so we'll go and go to the river after lunch. So that'll give me a chance to tidy up in the morning, which is also necessary. I gotta do some dishes. They can tidy up some toys, hopefully. Would be better to go in the morning, but as I discussed earlier, it is getting kind of chilly in the mornings. It's like, ooh, it's getting like, not like cold, but it's getting that unpleasant nip in the air. And like we had wind today, and it was definitely like, when I went out for my run, very chilly, actually. Like on my hands and stuff. Obviously, once I'd warmed up, it was fine, but it was like that hesitation about going outside because it's just like this, the warm-up walk is miserable. And then by the time I got home, it was like, oh, this is like, whatever, not a big deal. Of course. But I guess winter is coming. I did adjust our thermostat today because I was like, okay, it's starting to get a little bit too chilly in the mornings. Like, again, unpleasant to get out of bed. So I did increase the heat a little bit for our wake up time. I think from like, so it was at 16 and it's going to be able to drop to 16 or 17 overnight, I think. And then I think during the day it's like 18 or 18 and a half or something like that. And then I'll just make sure to adjust that schedule. Well, we're not going to be home in as much and stuff like that as I like kind of figure out our schedule for the next couple months here. Alright, so that's the start of the third cut. Third bag's tote webbing. And then there we go. My eldest keeps going, they're like super sad that I come downstairs to work when they're in bed, and I'm like, maybe I should have put my studio upstairs. There was actually some discussion about that because I was like, well, it would be kind of nice, but I was like, I didn't know if it would be disruptive to them when they're asleep and stuff like that. But looking at it, I think we would have been fine would have been like maybe one of those like nostalgic sounds of like falling asleep to Mom's sewing machine sort of thing. Obviously the decision's been made that it's downstairs, but you know, we could potentially move it upstairs if we needed to. Alright, I think where I'm at with this is we're going to cut the webbing and reassess what time it is after the webbing is done. And then I'll go in, and if there is time remaining, I'll be cutting, I'll cut the other things. What am I cutting? Or not cutting, but I will match up some of the lining fabric is what I'll be doing. I think that's a good task for my brain tonight. And then that'll actually put us ready to sew these on Monday as well and next week. And then if we get these all done, I'll assess what we're going to do from there, which might be, I have no clue actually, to be honest. I don't really have anything else in the works, so that's okay. We'll figure it out if I get through everything that I have on deck right now. So that's the reversible drawstring bags and all these tote bags as well. I do essentially have 2 more weeks of like sewing time available, but Dallas will be home next week, so that obviously always changes the availability. Although I'll need today to take some evenings and come downstairs for sure. And that's a little bit less guilt inducing because it's like it's getting dark outside. This is a set of 5. So this is the halfway point right now. No. Yes. So this is 2.5 basically. 3. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. So the original plan was that I was not going to run Calgary because I was like, I'm going to train over the summer. But I'm just thinking about what's happening next. I was going to do like an off season, which is what I'm in right now, and then a get fit season. But I think after this, I'm just thinking about like, here's the thing. I am physically capable of doing the marathon. We know this. Can I do it fast? No. So that's something that I have to train. But definitely I think the bigger part right now is going to be training the mental resilience for it to like finish another marathon. And so I'm just thinking of like strategies of what I can do before I start the crazy training to like maybe go into it being more receptive to more like mental training. I'm definitely going to like reduce the amount of cross training that I do, so I'll be like biking and stuff like, or swimming still probably, but only like 1 a day a week, blah, 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 blah. 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, we need 2 more actually. And yoga. Lots and lots and lots of yoga. And yeah, really just go from there. I think the yoga will help with the resilience. Actually, that's the one thing that pass does get me as well, is yoga. So maybe I should look at what's offered at this new, like, the swimming pool center. Because it's not just a pass for the pool. That's why it's so expensive to go swim, is because it's like, it's a day pass for the whole facility. Kind of wish they had just like a pool option. And like, you just get like a band to just go do the pool sort of thing. That would be nice. Obviously, that's not how they've set it up, but it would be nice. Yeah, but it's just like setting myself up for success, that it's like, okay, I am actually ready to do the mental training for it now that I know what it's like. I think that's the toughest part. I've got a whole bunch of audiobooks on like hold right now though, so that's, you know, one step. Because I actually have been running without music recently, and I have noticed that I think I enjoy it more in some ways. I do know that I have done that in the past, but like the last couple of races I've actually raced without music. Now, Canmore, I wanted some at that last 5K mark. So like I'm still gonna have music on deck for the kind of those last pushes, but I didn't use it when I was in the wild run for the zoo. Now that is partly because I actually forgot my AirPods in the stroller. So I didn't really have a choice there. But like I've been racing without them, so I'm like, okay, this isn't all that bad. I think for like a speed test for like a 5K or something like that, I might need them, but for like a half and a full, not as much. I think for the full, what I'll end up doing, this is why I'm bringing up the audiobooks, is I'll probably end up listening to an audiobook, because that's going to keep my like tempo lower, or my speed a little bit lower, because I won't be like hyped up by the music as much and all that jazz. A couple of the huge accomplishments though this past couple of weeks is I have started running my full run, which is actually astonishing. And actually about the same timeline though too as my previous training sessions of like prenatal, was that I was able to start running my full runs. And what I mean by that is I'm not intervaling. Now, I'm still going at a snail's pace, but the other part of this is that I'm zone 2 heart rate training, and that allows me to, or I'm zone 2 training at a pace that I was struggling to maintain even in zone 3, zone 4 last year. So that's one of the like really cool things that I consider a larger victory than even being able to do these races in some ways. 3, 4, 5. We need one more red. So, super cool. I love it. Now, of course, this is like zone 2 based on my watch, blah, 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 all that jazz. But, you know, whatever. It's the tool that I have. Dallas was talking about going and getting like a VO2 max test, I think, tonight. So he might go do that out of curiosity this year, which would be kind of cool. Okay, I think I popped that clip in my pocket. Okay, how many navy do we need? Quite a few, probably. So we've already got one here, so we may as well pull that over here because we'll use it. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Sweet. So we'll need 15 cuts because we already have one. So we need 15 more cuts of the navy. And then it's just the black left. Awesome. We are cranking along on this, which is pretty cool. I like it. Hopefully that's more than I need. Just make this easy on myself. I'm going to scoot this cutting board over a little bit because it's gotten gummed up there. There we go. So there's one bag, 2 pieces. 4, so we're a quarter of the way through now. I follow an artist on like Instagram and all of that, Erica Helder, and she's going down to the States here for a like artist's inspiration trip, and she posted the temperatures coming up and that it was going to be very interesting. I'm like, oh, that looks chilly, because the temperatures were like 42, 43, and like overnight of like high 30s. And I was like, oh, that's going to be chilly. And then she's like, I wonder if this like traveling artist show is going to melt. I'm like, oh, those were Celsius. Whew. She's like, yes, I should have clarified, because there's been quite a few people saying that. I'm like, oops. 3, 4, 5, 6. But like when someone's going to the States, I assume that I'm looking at Fahrenheit temperatures. And just that they were having an unusually cool cold spell in, like, I think she's going Utah, Arizona, Nevada. But nope, other direction. Okay, so I think that's 8 now. All I can hear is snores under the desk from Flynn, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one is actually a different dye lot, so I'm going to try and track down its dye lot, but that means, oh, it's over there. Okay, so we got 7 right now then, because otherwise it's just going to look weird. If there's 2 of the same, not a big deal, right? But it's like 1 and 1 is, it's actually noticeable under this light. So I can't imagine what it looks like under natural light. Okay, there's 8. Nine. Love how it looks like I'm just like cutting on my cutting table. I am not. I am actually on a glass cutting board so that I protect my cutting mat, and so that blah 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 blah, I guess. But yes, I am actually cutting on a glass cutting board, because you can kind of see it, but not very much. The sticker is actually on the cutting board. So 1, 2, 3, I keep losing track obviously. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. Oh yeah, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, I thought I was on 12. I'm going to double check that again, because I can count to 12, but I can't keep it in my brain apparently. Okay. Just want to make sure that I hadn't missed one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. For sure 11 for now. Is it the end of the world if I cut extra? No, to be honest. It is a little bit of the end of the world if I don't cut enough, though. So we're going to err on the side of caution. There's 12. Okay. And 13. 14. 15. Okay, I'm pretty sure we're just going to be cutting webbing tonight, and then I'm going to go to bed. I think that is the best decision for me right now. I am glad I came down and cut webbing though, because honestly it's one of those like hold up spots where I procrastinate sometimes. So just coming down and being like, all right, we're doing it tonight. Is good. So actually, maybe we'll cut the webbing, and then I'm going to pull out some fabric for a passport hold folder. Since we're going to be moving over to cut sewing next, I do really want to see how that comes together. Yeah, I think that is a reasonable thought on this. Maybe, who knows? Probably not, but whatever. Alrighty, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm going to say that there's 15 there just in case I missed counting one. So we're going to cut 30 black webbing straps. Looking over at my shelf just to be like, okay, if I need to actually get more, I still have more black webbing up there. Just, you know, in case. You never know, actually. And if you're like, Katie, why aren't you just doing that as you need the like webbing? It's because it helps it actually, I can like detangle it as I pull it up. At least that's what I tell myself. If I am deluding myself, please politely not tell me, because I actually don't really care. Sometimes it just feels good to like, I don't know, pull it off like that and be prepared. Alrighty. Plus, I'm probably going to need that other roll of black webbing anyway, because each of these cuts is just under a meter, and each roll is 50 meters. Actually, I think it's 50 yards. Each of these cuts is just under a yard each. And so 30 bags, there was already a roll that was started, blah, blah, blah. That leads me to believe that we'll probably need to get the second roll out. So not too worried about having to roll this one back up either. Definitely being crankier about getting cut though. All right, there's a third 10. Well, 15, halfway. Okay, that should be 20, which means we're 2/3 of the way there. 25. You stay up there. Thank you. Six. $28. 29. Now I have cut an extra set, hopefully. So no freaking out if I've got an extra set when I go to actually sew everything. But I was pretty sure that I counted 14, but just in case there was actually 15 because one was hiding or something like that, that's why I cut what should be an extra set. Maybe. We're actually going to we'll do a final count here. Just double check. Otherwise, that is a lot of webbing to do in less than 45 minutes. I'm very pleased with that. So let's just double check here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Excellent. All right, there we go. So now we just turn the heat knife off and we're going to shuffle it all over towards the underneath the laptop shelf here. And I am removing all flammable stuff from underneath. So it's just the knife and the cutting board. Alrighty. Now we're going to take a look at this, at the actual passport folder that I was going to do and what cuts we need. Okay, so she wants you to do the main fabric as also the flappy flaps. Strap closure, and then the coordinating fabrics are an inner panel and a credit card flap, and then fusible stiffening. What kind of fusible stiffening does she use? Small piece of medium fusible stiffening. Okay, then we're just going to use what I already have. I'm not going to worry about that then. It feels like it's only adhered to the outer panel. So I think one of the things we will... Why is the inner panel larger? Okay, let's actually take a look at the instructions. That would be helpful. Oh, because you're putting a zipper in. Okay. page. Am I actually reading these? No, but I am taking a glance through just to see kind of what I need to do. Now this will not fit in the traveler's link. This is like a family passport holder, mostly because I currently have a passport holder that I really, really like, but there's no way in hell that I can continue to stuff 4 passports in it. So this is kind of the idea behind it, is that I want something larger for me. And I'm pretty sure there's other people who could probably use it as well. Okay, I understand the general construction now, I think. So let's choose a fabric. I think actually this will work. There's definitely some fabric like right here that will work very well, actually. Maybe the hedgies. Actually, let's make it with a quilt cotton, because the quilt cottons will allow me to see how the interfacing works with a lighter cotton. Let's do... I feel like, Katie, what the hell are you doing? I'm looking at my fabric shelves right now, trying to decide what I actually want to cut into. And I think the answer is Daruma cats. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab Daruma cats. I'll be right back. Unclip, unclip, unclip. My goodness. Yeah, this was never a super popular fabric, so this is good use for it. It might actually be more popular now, but you know, whatever. Sorry, that's probably very loud. All right, so we need a... Okay, the one thing that does annoy me is when it's like, I can't cut it out of just like a portion of a fat quarter. This goes just over the amount. But then I guess what I could do is I could actually make the credit card flaps from this as well, and then that would be super cute. Although, no, because the passport flaps have to be, or at least the design is saying that they should be made from the main fabric as well. Oh, well, whatever. Okay, so outer panel is that tall. Where did my quilt ruler go? We had it earlier, obviously, because we were doing all that work with the quilt ruler. Who ate it? Seriously, though. All right, well, wish me luck. Good enough. Definitely need to change that rotary blade. No, it's literally like right here. Just hidden under all the stuff. Alrighty, so the outer panel is that height, and then it needs to be this width. So then what's going to happen is it basically will fold over like that. And then it's got a closure flap here. I wonder actually if the closure flap should be a contrasting color, like canvas or something like that. It'd make it sturdier. Okay. Okay, this is actually a little bit better because there's 2 of these cuts. So there's not quite as much extra fabric as I thought there was going to be, which is awesome. These might be really cool in Obi. The plotting thickens. Okay, so those 2 pieces. All right. Now the eternal debate. This is good for a glasses case right now, so I think we will make a contrasting. Yes, we're 100% going to make a contrasting flap to closure. I'm just going to snag the piece of canvas that we were using earlier. And that's going to make a very nice, sturdy flap. It's actually quite large. Wait. Really? She wants that big a flap? What is the seam allowance on that? I guess at the same time, it's like, it is to keep your passports, like, contained. Just seems like a large piece of real estate to take up with fabric. Granted, so it is a generous seam allowance, so I guess it's going to come out to about that once it's all sewn together. Okay, that's not as bad. You still have the back of the pouch. Actually, so it's actually going to be this piece. Excuse me. Oh yeah, that's not as bad. Okay. Acceptable, I think. Okay. Inner panel. Which means the lining piece. Pretty sure a lot of these were, or at least some of these weren't like made for the, they weren't like wide enough or something like that, I don't think. That one obviously is, so let's pop that on top here. First one I reach for, of course. Damn it. What is this? Is this supposed to be pockets? That's not going to be good for this one anyway because it's pink. I want blue pockets. Woo! Alright, that stool was like, I'm ready to go. See you later, lady. Alright. And that's clipped together to make a Kato. Okay. Flynn's like, why are you disturbing me? What else do I have down here? Let's see. What's this? That looks like a cut for large box bags. Because it is a cut for large box bags. Doom, doom, doom. If you're like, Katie, how do you not know what's under your desk? Well, you know, it's been a busy summer. And they keep getting moved around and back and forth and done all sorts of different things. Shimmy and shook. Okay. Ooh, there's some good pockets probably. Wait, how does she want me to like sew the credit card flops? Because it's like not clear. Oh, okay. Okay, so this actually does work perfectly for the credit card slot pockets, at least for the majority of it. We're going to trim down the we're going to take the selvage off here. And actually this will coordinate very nicely with the Daruma cats as well, which is kind of cool. Okay, so that sounded like a child has woken up, which if they have means that it will be time for me to skedaddle here. Yep. Okay, so let me trim down these and then time to head out for the evening. If you been along for the ride. Thank you so much for joining me. I will hopefully be back on for a little bit more work tomorrow night as well. Now that I'm kind of like getting back into the role of it, I think we're good to move forward. So I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, evening, morning,